What's going on, everybody? Justin Schwartz here, coming at you as always from, I got the lovely DJ's Guru Studio. Look at my phone. It's Tuesday, March 1st, 8:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Justin Michael Schwartz, the first founder, managing director of the DJ's Guru, DJEventGear.com, and our new project, DJSupplyStore.com. Exciting stuff. We got the full catalog available there. And remember, the secret code on that website for special discounts if the DJ100 doesn't work is SAVE. Okay? So, what's going on, everybody? Justin Michael Schwartz the first. What's up, Switch? So, want to welcome everybody down watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and all my Italian friends, I'm sure, that are joining in because we're talking about RCF tonight mostly, but we're also doing a little bit of a recap on the Mobile Entertainment Expo. We were there last week and had a great time, so I want to talk a little bit about that. What's going on to everyone that's tuning in? Thank you again for joining us. We always appreciate your support. Thank you to everybody for being a part of this thing, man. We've been doing it now for a year and a half. Growing. We're doing great. I'm really happy to hey, what's up there, guy? What's up, Cleveland? Good. I'm glad you're watching because Cleveland Terry was we had a great conversation in the RCF demo room at the expo. And he was in that room and heard the 515 and 808 and was very impressed. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Maybe he'll add in some comments, which would be great. What's up, Jeff? How are you? Good to see you as always again at the show. Anyone that went, drop your comments down below. I want to hear, what did you think about it? How did you like it? It was a new show. Mobile Beat got purchased by the Photo Booth Expo. It was a big combined show at a new casino. I thought it was great. I got to tell you, it was run well. Great job by Rob. Great job by Greg putting everything together. Fantastic job as far as everything being organized and neat. And, as far as the days that they put everything together, I thought it was really sectioned off nicely. Got a great opportunity to check out some really cool photo booth vendors and made some great contacts there. On the DJ and mobile entertainment side, a lot of great brands were there representing. Pioneer, JMAZ was putting on a great show. Of course, the demo rooms were great as well, with Electro Voice and Bass Boss, and of course RCF. So if you did happen to go to the show, what did you think? Let's hear your comments, and let us know what you thought. I had the opportunity to hang out and be part of the RCF demo room. It's no secret the fan I am of RCF. Been selling RCF since, well, it was called Mackie, but it was really RCF. But I've been selling RCF as a brand with the name on the speaker since about 2004, I want to say. And I've been using it since then, you know. And when I was in the corporate world, I really couldn't speak too much about what I use. I didn't really want to do that as a DJ myself. So RCF has kind of always been my go-to. I've turned a lot of people onto it. And in my years of using it and selling it, it's always made people happy. And they generally stay in the family. We call it the family, Team RCF. It's a team because once you get on, it's like you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave. So it was a great opportunity to get into that room, hang out with the RCF guys, and we'll get all your questions and all that good stuff. But, you know, shout out to Justin Brock, the sales manager. What a great dude, really passionate about what he does. And you know, just to see him speaking with everyone that came in that room and explaining everything. I mean, he's the RCF guru, I'll tell you that. I mean, that guy is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to RCF. So shout out to him. Thank you for all of his hospitality. It was great. What's up, Jason? Nice meeting you too, my man. Good hanging out with my Jamaican friends. So let's dive kind of right into it. And we're going to talk about the TT series 515 and the 808 combo. And the main thing that, you know, as I lived with this system, you know, I saw it debuted at the DJ Expo in Atlantic City. And what I want to do real quick is let's just throw some pictures up of the 515. And check out the 808 sub. And these are, you know, just stock images. I've got some video and some other stuff I'm going to show you guys, but just to kind of give you an idea of what the heck we're talking about here. And this really tells a great story. A 2,000 watt speaker that can fit in the palm of your hand. And that's legit, man. And as I really started to, again, live with these speakers and look at them and listen to them and wrap my head around how I would use them in my own event professional business, how a wedding professional might use them, how a nightclub might use them, how nightclubs, are there nightclubs left anymore? Outside of Vegas, at least. But any type of hospitality venue, bar, you know, installation, really, and integration. So many different ways that this system can be used. And we have been trained as mobile entertainers to say the word portable column array system, right? And when I look at the TT series here, and I look at the different configurations and the ways that you can use this system, it's not a system, but a portable column array series, because there is a single 18 coming. I don't have any info on that tonight. I'm not going to share anything I don't know that much about. So I will be back with more information about that. But there is a single 18 going that you can pair with these. But right now we're going to talk about the 808 and the 515. But it's just so flexible. It's so portable. The performance and output. And when you start to blend all these things together, and then you understand that when I say series, it's because each component has an individual dedicated amplifier, 1,000 watt amplifier. So if we're talking about the Evox 12 or the Evox J8 or an Evolve 50 system or Evolve 30, LD, you know, any of the portable column array systems that are out there, what do they have? They have one amplifier, And the one amplifier powers the sub. Usually more of the power goes to the sub, and then you have some of the power that goes to the top. So you're splitting the power between the top and the bottom. So inherently, you're going to get, it's great efficiency and it works great, but you're always going to be somewhat limited. And it's, the top doesn't do anything without the sub powering it. And when you have a system like that, it's fantastic when you're using it as the system. So if you're using any type of portable column array system and it's doing the job that you want it to do, it's fantastic. You can't beat a beautiful two set column array system that does the job. But unfortunately, as I've seen on social media and I've gotten a million phone calls, if you have a system and you get to a point where you want to scale it, and you want to grow with it, it becomes a little more difficult. And you essentially have to either buy more portable column arrays, buy two ways for sound reinforcement, as we've talked about before. I've seen people buy additional subs, which is never really the right move to just add bass alone when you have a portable column array system. Or you go out and buy a whole new system. That's the other thing that you can do. But you get limited, and it's like you got to take a piece of a puzzle from some other box and put it with your portable column array system to try to make it bigger and scale it to larger sized events. And I personally have the Evox 12, and I bring ART 910s with me to some of the larger events where I need some more fill. But when I started to really look at the TT series, and I realized, well, you got a million configurations with this thing. Not only is it a system, but I mean, you can use that top portable column array by itself. It's a 1,000 watt RMS, 2,000 watt peak speaker, and it sounds incredible. And you don't always need a sub with it. So now I'm looking at these things as components, and I'm starting to understand that, like the subs can be stacked, right? You can do one, you can do two, you can do three. Really can do as many as you want. Three is probably the recommended max with one top. But you can start to configure these in many different ways. The other thing is, the portability and the footprint size is so small that it then enables you to have a system that can be placed in different areas. You can navigate and put the bass in different sections if you want. It all depends on your room and your setup. I'm not always personally in a horizontal room, like a catering hall style room. And sometimes I need to put a sub over here to get some extra sound, or a column or a stack over here. It's not always where I'm just going to be right in front of the DJ booth pointing out. So having a system that looks the same, and has the ability to have such a small footprint, not be so in the way and be seen so much by this big, if you have a big sub that you have to put someplace, these are so small that they become almost invisible, but the sound clearly is not. So you now just have a set of tools that will allow you to really scale and grow. And, like you start off with one set and you need more, you add another sub, you go ahead and you do that. There are going to be some jobs where maybe you need the two subs, or you add a third sub in. Again, I'm spending all your money, right? I'm not trying to be insulting with the cost and just buy 3 subs. No. Obviously, we'll go backwards real quick. TT series is another level up from RCF. So it's what I'm going to call, if you've never bought portable column array, if you're looking for something that's going to maybe get you to the next level, I feel like it's the last portable column array system or series that you'll ever buy. So anyway, let's go back to the beginning here, and we'll talk about the TT-515. So a 2,000 watt speaker that can fit in your palm. It's a 2,000 watt peak. It's a max SPL of 127. You have 2 5-inch drivers in there. It's a 2-inch voice coil. It's a 1.75-inch compression driver. You've got 100 by 70 pattern degree. So 100 by 70 rotatable pattern. that centerpiece, actually where the horn is, actually you can flip it and change the pattern depending on how you want to set the speaker up or what direction you need it to go. Of course, you have the fur phase technology. Fur phase technology is the built-in digital DSP that RCF is famous for. I've explained this a lot of times on videos, but very simply, it acts as a filter. And when anyone has ever heard RCF sound, if you've heard RCF sound, you get what I'm saying here, let me know. It's very clean, it's very balanced, it's very ear pleasing. And that's because of the fur phase, right? So if you hear it, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't distort. And what fur phase does is it's a limiter, it's a filter that basically takes the high, middle, and low frequency ranges that travel at different speeds, and it balances them, filters them so they hit your ear at the same time. So you're not getting hit by bass and then mids and highs, and you're hearing everything at the same time. So that's why it does sound so clean and balanced. So fur phase technology is built in there. And then for the retail customer of RCF, you may not know what RDNet is, but this has also RDNet control. RDNet control is a way to control it via software for permitted installations, nightclubs, things like that. If you're running sound for larger events and festivals, things like that. Also has the bass motion control, which is now on the ART9 series as well. We've talked about that before. Bass motion control is a really cool feature that's exclusive to RCF. And what it does is it actually measures the dynamic movement of a woofer instead of just some sort of digital readout. So that way your speaker is going to get maximum output and maximum efficiency. And it's not going to get limited when it can still go more. What's going to damage a speaker is the actual physical pushing and pulling of the woofer and the physicality of the dynamic movement, and not always some sort of digital signal. So this is something that helps to mitigate where you get a little extra oomph, but still have that circuit protection built in. So that's another great feature on the 515 that is built in there. And I've got a little video here I'll show you so you can kind of get an idea of, let's see here, the 515, kind of what it looks like. Here we go.
Inspiration, who you gonna see? You can't replace it. Cheap imitation. This generation, I get an encore. Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn Ball. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll. What the hell are you waiting? Night in the summer, sundown and they all come out. Lamborghinis and they're running hummus. The party's on, so they're heading downtown. Everybody's looking for a come up.
So does that sub not look like your first desktop computer tower? It looks like mine, like a compact or something. It's really that small. It's incredible. They had some interesting tunes going on in the RCF room. Shout out Justin Brock. He's a great DJ. No, they did. It had some good music going. I loved it. But that is that first video that you saw is actually the TT series next to the Evox 12. I got a little picture here of the two subs next. It's very dark in that room in blue. I'm sorry. Kind of tricky to see that. But you can see the difference between the Evox 12 and the TT-808 sub. I mean, it's a monster difference. That sub weighs only 46 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. 46 pounds for a subwoofer. Dual 8, and I'll get into more of the specs, but the top is only about 21 pounds. So the portability, the weight, and the footprint, again, are what I like to point out, because that is such, like, to get this sound, this amount of output, this quality in that size of a footprint is ground and earth shattering. Like, you can expect every brand to start doing duplications of this style. You'll see other brands do it. I guarantee. You're not going to see it for a couple of years. It's going to take them a while to figure it out. But some amazing stuff that's going on. I got a lot of questions. So before we move on, I want to just try to jump in here and say hello to everybody. We said hello to Switch. What's up? Terry, it could have been a little more balanced, but I had fun. Yeah, well, he's talking about balance of photo booth probably show versus mobile entertainment expo and the DJ and mobile entertainer side. Yeah, the photo booth show was already its own self-standing thing, and then they just kind of bought out the mobile beat show and added it to it, and now they're going to grow that, and I think you're going to start to see more manufacturers get involved as we kind of move away from 2020 and the pandemic and all the craziness that we're all kind of still catching up from in retail and in the manufacturer world. So Joe Weinman, when will these be available? So I can only speak about my orders and what we have on order and what we have coming. There are not that many systems coming in to the US. We have a good share of that coming in. Production is going to be June, right at the beginning of June. And once they start production, they bang them out pretty quickly. We would expect our first shipment to arrive sometime in the middle of July. Part of the reason why we're doing this show is we will be doing pre-orders. So definitely reach out to me because I do these things in a little bit different of a way than other retailers. By the time they get here, my expectation is that I'll be sold out working on the next set that we have coming in. So that's kind of what it is. There aren't going to be a lot of retailers that will have them. The ones that do won't have a large amount. And I don't know what other companies will do with pricing, but TT is a different series from RCF. You're not going to really find it on websites. I did drop a link at the top to the RCF site if you want to go see it. We're going to be doing some blog articles on it after this show. So I'll be putting up some information at thedjsguru.com so you can, kind of get a better understanding of, my deconstruction of what I heard and what I thought. We'll write some blogs up and put that up on thedjsguru.com. But answer your question, and nothing right now is easy. When is it going to be available? Nothing is easy because it all depends. But if you're going to buy it from me and you get it in on a pre-order, I would tell you that you would probably see it before the end of July. So reach out if you're interested, and we'll work it out. All right. So thanks, Joe. What's going on, my man? Thanks for checking in. And it was great meeting you, Jason. We said hello to you earlier. My man from Jamaica, near the beach. Good Lord, the thing is tiny. Yeah, that's what she said. RCF you were very impressed. What's up, Chris? How are you? Very portable. Very portable. No way it's louder than Maui 44. No, it's not. It's 127 SPL. It's not meant to be just loud. And Maui 44 is a fantastic system. Again, this is not a comparison type video. This is an understanding of what this system is and what it can do. And it's all about fit. It's all about finding the right tools for the jobs that you do. A Maui 44 or an Evox 12 system would be phenomenal for a 2 to 250 person max event in a medium size, to somewhat large size ballroom. It all depends on the situation, but that's going to be great for something like that. But for me personally, like I just did an event Saturday and it was in a big restaurant. So I was able to have some stuff by the system, but then because the restaurant was really big, I needed to put stuff other places. And if I had this system, oh my God, it would have made my life so much easier. Number one. Number two, I was like Tetris getting everything into my crossover Saturday, right? We all drive crossovers mostly. A lot of people out there have box trucks and larger vans and things like that. But a lot of mobile DJs and DJs are using their own vehicles and they like smaller equipment. So to be able to get all this stuff and that kind of sound into a smaller vehicle, it's kind of a big deal. It really is. It's really gonna make a big difference. So for me, it all depends on what is valuable to you and what your needs are. So for me, I can't wait. There's gonna be about 4 sets not available because I'm buying them. So anyway, so the pricing is interesting because they don't really map like the retail products. When I say map, it's manufacturer minimum advertised pricing, and a lot of manufacturers, or most manufacturers, set pricing that retailers can't price below, and that's so that way it's fair for all the dealers, right? When you get into the TT series, it's more of an installation or a professional series from RCF, and they don't allow it to be on websites. It's a lot of integrators use it, a lot of installers, things like that. So you have to have a dealer that can get it, and we can't really post pricing. So what they call the MSRP, you're looking at for a system, bottom, top, poles. I'm going to say publicly, I'm going to say about 8, and then reach out to me and we'll work something out. Again, it really all depends on the components and everything that we're putting together. So that's about what you're talking about. So Jason, it's louder than the Evox 12. I heard that with my own ears. I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's louder. I think it's about the same, and when you understand, when you look at, and I have I use Evox 12 almost every weekend. So when you look at that picture and then I tell you that they sound about the same, and if you're not impressed by that, and nothing impresses you, because look at that. It's tiny. You could fit two of those subs for one spot of one Evox 12. So, and again, it's a separate amplifier. So you're going to get much better high, mid-range frequency and output. It's going to be more rich, more balanced because you have an independent amplifier on the top. You're only getting about 400 watts to the top of that Evox 12 going to the column. And that's a 1400 watt amplifier. 1000 goes to the bottom, a 400 goes to the top. And that ratio is about the same for most of those systems out there. So just understand that it's going back to like your point source systems where, a K12 system and the KW181, everything had a 1000 watt amplifier. And this is kind of the same thing. Trey, what's up, my man? There he is, Joel. He is our graphic guru. This guy right here, Joel, DJs. We're going to be setting something up. If DJs need help with branding, if DJs need help with anything graphically, as you've seen with the DJs Guru, aesthetically, it's important that we put stuff out that looks nice and is fresh and clean. So if any DJs out there need some help with that, reach out. We'll hook you up with our guy Joel. At some point, you run into a physics problem, right? Small speakers can only move so much air. So how do they handle the output? What would you compare the SPL to? Yeah, so air is a big thing, right? When it comes to bass, when it comes to any type of speaker box. I'm always talking about 15-inch speakers and how they're not the right fit, and no one should be buying 15-inch speakers. I literally, my face is blue from saying that so many times. But when you look at SPL on a 15 versus a 12, you're going to get a 2 dB increase on the 15 simply because of the size of the box. It produces more air, produces, which ultimately will give you more output. So that's mainly what the size difference has a lot to do with. Now, if you're going to get me into physics and the nitty gritty, I can get granular, but not that granular. I'm not an engineer. I'm not going to pretend to be an engineer. a guru is, first of all, I'm not the DJ's guru. DJ's guru is the name of our company. We're all the DJ's guru, helping out each other. But a guru is just a guide, a teacher. We don't, they don't know everything, but they learn along the way and they share their knowledge. And that's what I do. And that's what we do here as a company. So, yes. So that's luggage check and wait. Yeah. Yeah, literally. I flew on Southwest there, and 50 pounds. You can check a bag up to 50 pounds. So if you need to check your sub if you're flying, you could do that. Just throw it in an EVA case or something, right? But yeah, plus you can add on. So yes, we're going back to this picture of the sub configuration. So you're able to do a couple of different things here. You have, number one, you have the ability to run the sub vertically or horizontal. If you run it horizontal, where it's flat, you're going to get a little bit more output out of the sub since both sides are now touching the ground. You have more surface level, all that good stuff. And then you can stack these subs, as high as you want, depending on what series you're using. But if you're going to use it with the 505, they recommend up to 3. So yeah, I mean, you can start out like with me. I'm going to start out with 4 subs and 2 tops and two poles. And then most of the time I'll be using 4. I'll be using them that way. But in the smaller jobs, I only bring 2, and that's kind of the way I'll do it. And if I need to get the 2 more subs, I'll do it. Yeah, thanks, Joel. Joel was out Saturday. We did a big party Saturday night. Had my Evox 12. I had one, and I'll tell you, since we're talking about RCF, I got to the gig, and it's always one of those things. The way that we do these restaurants, and there's no nightclubs anymore, so you got to bring sound into all these different places. And get rid of your comment here. Okay, so when I got there, the configuration, even though I did the check the night before, was different than they had told me, and I couldn't fit certain things in the way I wanted to. So I wound up actually using the Evox 12 as a monitor, believe it or not, but also as sound reinforcement at the same time. I should get a picture of that. But it worked out great. And I've said that before. Portable column arrays are amazing monitors because you get the bottom and the top. All right, so a pair of these would be phenomenal for a party. But no, you could do a lot more than that for sure. But yeah, it'd be great for that too. But I mean, if that's the kind of party you're doing, you're not buying TT series. I mean, that's just my opinion. Any idea when NXL 24 and 8004 will be available? I can't really answer that question because it all depends on who you're buying it from, and what RCF will tell you is not that the answer. All I can tell you is this, ladies and gentlemen: if you want RCF this year, pre-order it. They're sold out of everything retail through the end of this year. If I place a new order for something in the retail category, like an ART 912, right? And I put in an order for 100 of them, they won't even get into production until next year. So doesn't matter how many I order. It's just they can't make the stuff fast enough. They can't ship it fast enough. We all are aware of the supply chain issue. I have given up on giving estimates. They're pretty good with, like this new stuff. Like when I tell you middle of July for the TT series, I feel confident on that with this stuff when I'm getting to the point where it's been ordered for a while. But some of the other stuff that we don't have, like a 945, you're asking about the 945. It all depends. It depends how many orders are ahead of you, how many we get. It's wait and see right now, and it's kind of get in line for certain items. And RCF, it's like almost all of them. Cleveland was with me. Cleveland Terry, what's up? was with me in the RCF demo room, and we had a great conversation with Jeff. What's up, Jeff? He runs DJ Crosstalk. Shout out to them. But he had a chance to hear it. I know Terry uses Bose, and he was impressed when he went into the RCF room, which I wasn't surprised about. But yeah, it's just an incredible sound. Like, I could sit here and talk about the sound, but let's see. I'm going through. What's up, Derek? Samsonite. What is that from Dumb and Dumber? I knew it was something foreign. So anyway, let's keep this moving along. Let's talk about the 808 sub. So the big thing with the 808 sub is the woofers. You got two 8-inch woofers with a 2.5-inch voice coil, which is very big for an 8-inch woofer and a box of that size. So it's serious stuff. And I'll kind of give you a picture of the sub. That's the sub open. Actually, no, that's the 515. Sorry, wrong picture. That's the sub open. That's the back of the 808. That's the top. So, you got one handle there. You got an M20 pole mount thread. It really looks like a computer tower. Like, that's, like a MacBook. What are those real expensive ones? I forget, but like that size, it's crazy. And then again, the configurations here you see. 129 max SPL. Same thing, 2,000 watt peak, 1,000 watt RMS on the sub. You could stack them up to 3, which we showed you a few times already. RD net control, which is the remote control that you can have with any of the TTs, with a lot of the TT series and some of the HDL. Has the base motion control, which we talked about. And again, look at that size next to an Evox. That's a 15-inch sub. So what you got to understand is when you put 2 8s together like that, it somewhat acts and drives in the same way as a single 15. So you don't get the low end frequency range that you would as on a 15 as much, but it's pretty close, and it's it's impressive, I gotta say. So where can I find your explanation why 15 is not good? I'll put it in the it's on the djsguru.com. I'll tell you real quickly. Here you go. I'm gonna put the link right here in the comments. I'm looking it up for you there, Christian. Boom. Here, read this, everybody. If you, this is the science behind it. But if you want to learn why I don't think 15-inch speakers are the best choice for DJs that want to work for a long time and save their backs, right? Carry around less weight. They can read about that. So going back to the sub. I kind of just talk a little bit about the sound now because, I've kind of went through all the specs, and anyone have any questions, please drop them in the comments. If you've heard Evox 12, if you've heard, an LD Maui 44, the sound quality is going to be very, very comparable to that. It's going to give you increased output on your high and your mid-range. You're going to get better vocal and sound production. You're going to be able to hit increased levels of output on the top, as far as, again, the mid-range and the highs. They use better quality components in the TT series. It's all Baltic birch, wooden cabinets. Everything is made of really good quality Baltic birch. And then The other thing with TT that is not the same with Evox or stuff in the retail series is that the all the TT series have a weatherproof finish. It's a kind of a tough coat finish on the paint. If you've ever seen it before, it's really, really cool. I got another video. I think I can you can kind of see it better here. Hold on.
Inspiration, so you gonna see you can't replace her. Cheap imitation, this generation encore. Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn Raw. So for one last time, I need y'all to call.
So you can kind of see it there. It looks a little bit more, you know, like it has like a different finish on it, and it is a little bit more tough. It's not a powder coat; it's just a special paint lacquer or something that they use that basically makes it somewhat weatherproof. So that way, if you are doing stuff outside, you know, it can handle a little bit of that. It can handle a little bit of that. So, and that's pretty much it. I mean, who has questions? I'd like to answer any questions that you have. You know, I mean, I live with these things. I wasn't in the demo room at the DJ Expo. I was there, but I wasn't working in there like I was at this show. But I was impressed then. Then I heard December, then I heard January, then I heard March, then it turned into June. So I kind of, you know, I took my emphasis off it for a little bit, but I knew it was coming. We had them on order. And now is the time to, you know, get really excited about it because they're coming. We have a production date. And I really, again, I spent 2 days. Actually, Justin Brock let me take the top to my room in between the 2 days of the show. And I slept with one. We just, nothing happened. It was totally platonic. Just, we bonded, and I really got close with this speaker. I really did. And it is warm. It doesn't just sound warm. It's warm. Bad joke. Sorry. But, no, but, just again, living with it, you know, and that's for me. If I first see something, you don't really want my review. You want my review. And I haven't reviewed it because I haven't really used it yet. I've heard it in a demo room, right? So I'm not going to say this is a review, but I feel very confident that this series is really going to be a game changer. I do see this becoming very popular in the event professional market. I see it becoming very popular for sound guys out there and DJs. If you haven't become also sound guys, I love that term, sound guys. If you haven't learned to just run sound for other DJs or public address or, you know, corporate events, things like that, where you're not just playing music or doing a party, so to speak, but you're just there to basically rent out your gear, set it up, and let other people use it. This is another speaker that no, it didn't. Not on the first date. What was I saying? I lost my train. You threw me off there, Terry. I totally forgot what I was saying. Anyway, who cares? What was I saying? Derek, what was I saying? Help me out. I'm just tired. Dude, guys, it's 8:40. Guys and girls, 8:45 here in New York. I've been going since about 6 a.m. And yeah, so don't kill me. Don't kill me. The speaker. Yeah, I was talking about the speaker, right? Yeah. No, but at the end of the day, you have to really understand a product and get how you're going to use it. You know, if you're going to compare this directly to an Evox 12 for your weddings and say, I don't need that, you're probably right. It's not the right system if you're just doing weddings, you know, and you're doing the same kind of event all the time. It's when you're not. It's when you're doing a wedding one weekend and you're doing something else another weekend where it's smaller, you know, an anniversary party or something like that, and then the next weekend you're doing sound for a nightclub DJ at a festival or something like that. You know, it's that type of a customer or a production company or a DJ that, you know, moonlights as a sound guy like me, that is going to find a lot of value here. And then at the end of the day, the sound is just incredible, and the sound is incredible for the size of the speakers, right? That is really the groundbreaking technology and the big change. About 9,000 for the set. I mean, that's the price that I think they were given in the demo room. We can definitely do better than that, but they're not inexpensive because they're not cheap, and everything is relevant. What I tell people and what I've kind of formulated in my brain, I say it's the last portable column system that you'll ever buy. And, if you're going to buy a sound system, it should last you a very long time. You should be able to grow with it. You should be able to scale with it. And it should make your life easier. It should make you money. It's the infrastructure of your business, right? So the look of it, the reliability, the flexibility, I mean, I used to have these big PVs when we first started. The things were like 85 pounds. I mean, I hated bringing those things out. Every time I'm getting the PVs again, I would be like, I wouldn't even want to do the party. So like the workflow of everything, of having lighter equipment. I mean, this stuff has value that you're not going to see when you buy it. It's just like when you bought your first set of battery powered uplights and didn't have, or wireless uplights and didn't have to tape cable. How much time did that save you at the end of the gig and you got home an hour earlier? Or, like I did this thing Saturday, like I was saying, I didn't have to bring as much equipment as I normally do. And Sunday I felt better. I'm getting a little older, I'm 29 now. So, it's all matters, if we want to keep doing a young man's game at an older age, you got to have the equipment evolve with you, right? So these are all things that I think those who find that stuff valuable, but still want that extremely, that extremely powerful, balanced sound, this is a system for you. So anyway, I just wanted to go through this with you. And then the last thing I did want to just kind of show you, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here. Been running this kind of as a secret, but I know the cat's out of the bag. So I'm excited to tell you that we have the white Evox 12. You might have heard of this situation, but we struck a deal with RCF and we're doing a white Evox 12. We got a special order. I got 50 that have already been sold that are going to be delivered sometime this month. Very excited for those people that have been riding this boat with us for about a year on this project. But RCF Evox 12 in white is coming. I have another order coming in that should be here before the end of the year. And we're going to start pre-orders for that sometime in June. I would tell you to get the pre-order in because prices keep going up if you haven't noticed. So anyway, that's pretty much it for tonight, everybody. I just wanted to kind of go over a couple of things, talk about the TT series, talk a little about the Mobile Entertainment Expo, say hello to everybody. Thank you all for, always being a part of this. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody for watching on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. Make sure you're following us at the DJ's Guru on social media. DJ Switch was watching before. We're going to be dropping that Rain 1 video maybe tomorrow, if not Thursday. And a lot of cool stuff going on our YouTube page. And a lot of cool stuff coming up on the horizon. I'm bubbling. I got so much cool stuff to tell you guys about in the next 30 to 45 days. A lot of cool stuff coming. So get excited because the Roaring 20s are coming, baby. And I want to thank everyone for being a part of this and following us and joining us on this journey as we build this new company. So anyone, Thanks again for watching. We're going to sign off with my favorite song. My favorite royalty-free song. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Thanks again, everybody. Don't forget checking us out at djsguru.com, djeventgear.com. The full catalog is at djsupply.store.com, djeventgear.com, curated with great packages. djsupply.store.com just has everything. Promo code on there is SAVE on djsupply.store.com. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. I'll be back next Thursday. We'll have some fun. We'll see you soon.